Hey everybody, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. So y'all, the latest video from Lizzo, To Be Loved, Am I Ready? This is a prime example as to why most men today do not take the body positivity movement seriously and probably never will. Because yet again, we see a situation where it's body positivity for me, but not for thee. Take, for example, Lizzo, who has spent so much of her career advocating and promoting and pushing body positivity for larger plus size women. I mean, to the point to where she has literally said and expressed that she wants plus size women, overweight women, to be seen as just as beautiful and just as sexy and just as desirable as skinny or slim women. And so this is what she's about. This is what she is passionate about. But every single time it comes to her sexual interest, or every single time it comes to her, promoting or choosing men, and whether it's music videos or just even expressing what she's into, it's always the muscular, lean, fit, athletic, model-esque kind of men that most women dream about. And this is why men don't take this seriously, because they see it as completely and totally hypocritical. Again, body positivity for me, but not for thee. I mean, me honestly, I personally believe if there was more of a push, if body positivity really included not just, plus size or overweight women, but also plus size overweight men. And we saw overweight men, we saw short men, we saw men who couldn't grow beards, we saw those kinds of men also being promoted, also being put on magazine covers, also being seen on the runway, also being promoted in like magazines and sitcoms and just some of these different places. If we saw that, I truly believe that more men might support it. Now, they may not necessarily like it, or they may not necessarily choose it as their sexual interest, but they at least wouldn't have as much of a critique. But that's not happening. That is not happening. We talk about body positivity. We talk about creating a space where people of all different shapes and sizes, whether they have, bodily defects or not, whether they have, things about their body they can't control or not, whether they are overweight or they are underweight, whatever it may be. We talk about creating a space where people of all different shapes and sizes, different variances, can still feel accepted and can still feel valuable. And yet when it comes to executing that, it doesn't happen. And that's one of my biggest issues with the movement. I personally do believe, and I actually celebrate us creating a space that's more compassionate for people's differences. I understand there's people who have, genetic differences, or they have maybe genetic defects, or maybe they have some skin concerns, or maybe they have, unique illnesses, or just different things that might actually, that might impact their physical appearance or impact how they move throughout this world. So yeah, I am all for creating a space for where those kinds of people can still be honored and respected. I'm all for that. But what I'm not for is saying that we're all for body positivity, but in reality, it's seeming as if this is a movement to just remove standards for women, to just tell women that no matter where they're at, whether they're healthy or unhealthy, whether they are at risk for their health, or they are, actually taking care of their health, whether they are pre-diabetic, at risk for heart disease, have all the ailments associated with obesity or not, they're acceptable. But then when it comes to actually talking about men, we have videos going viral of women saying, don't date ugly men. Literally one of the leaders of the body positivity movement, who consistently chooses muscular, athletic, model-esque looking men. And so at the end of the day, it's just inconsistent. I mean, I really feel like body positivity has just become an excuse for women to try to remove all standards. And that's not okay. It's not okay for us to promote, first of all, to promote anything that could actually cause health concerns in the long run, because we know that Black women in particular are at risk at many different health concerns, many of them which could actually be mitigated or lessened if we held a healthy BMI. But with about 55% of us being obese, We don't need to be talking about that's positive. It's not. It's not positive. But even apart from that, at what point are we willing, if we want to give this level of grace, and if we want allowances to be made for us, then why aren't we willing to make those same allowances for men? And like I said, this is the big problem. This is one of the major problems, or one of the major issues with the body positivity movement. And unless this is addressed, unless there is a large effort to have body positivity include men, to have body positivity like literally include men, and there be a push, at the very least culturally, to see bald-headed men, or men who can't grow beards, short men, short, overweight, stocky men, or short, overweight men. Unless there is a push to see those kinds of men also celebrated, also put upon magazines and as the sexiest men alive, also cast in some of these music videos. Unless we see that, what are we even doing? What are we even talking about? This may speak to women, this, of course, a lot of women are going to look at this and like it because this is what we want. And truth be told, it is not uncommon in the Black community to see a plus size Black woman with a lean Black man. We do see that. But if we are expecting men to get behind a movement that in essence has shown that all it wants to do is remove standards for women while keeping standards the same, if not even making it higher for men, then there's always going to be pushback. There's always going to be people out there who say, I don't want to see overweight models. What did Jordan Peterson said? You're always going to have men push back. You're always going to say you're too overweight. You're going to say, I don't want to date fat women. You're always going to have that tension as long as body positivity continues to keep standards high for men. Then men are going to maintain those standards, no matter how much marketing, no matter how much of a push, no matter how much shaming and blaming happens. It's not going to change. It's not going to change unless, like I said, there is a active effort to try to include everybody within the body positivity movement. But y'all, these are just my thoughts. What do you think? Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. And thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button. All right, talk to you later. Bye.